we're just going around demanding that young boys be snipped, and 6,000 people are cool with this. 6,000 people are cool with what I'm about to showcase to you. And don't get me wrong, I know this is not a new thing, but still, bear with me.
I remember I used to make a few videos about getting my boys a vasectomy or getting them clipped, because if we have normalized to the point of women and young teenage girls can start getting birth control at around age 11, 12, 13 years old for any other multitude of reasons, but one of the major reasons is because a lot of these mothers don't be wanting no teenage daughters. I got ate up for that shit, and I still stand behind what the fuck I be saying. Boys should actually be vasectomized, bitch. Why are we so against vasectomies? Why are we so fucking against vasectomies? And why are we always so quick to defend and call the fuck out of men when it comes down to the topic of vasectomies? Because the main number thing that everybody like to say about vasectomies is about how they're not reversible. And my thing is, why the fuck do y'all want it to be reversible so bad? Are we not in a very overpopulated ass country any fucking way? Like, am I missing something? What is the obsession with wanting men to continuously procreate babies all around our fucking country? What is the purpose of wanting men to have so much access to nuts just to continuously create single mothers, just to continuously create more women and children that they love to fucking beat and kill? Like, I don't understand the rhetoric. Like, we have normalized women getting birth control so bad that we literally could care less if a woman died from tumors, cysts, endometriosis, PCOS, ectopic pregnancies. Like, we are so okay with shit like that. Cancer. Do y'all not know how long that fucking list is of birth control? Like, every birth control has had a recall. Every last one of women's birth control has had a fucking recall. Every woman that I've seen that been on birth control, specific birth controls, they gain massive weight. Some women become literal infertile after having birth control for so long. I've seen women who had the nipple on their fucking arm, and their arm started changing fucking colors. One lady arm was fucking lightning. I don't ever see y'all in an uproar about that. It's always women should be overly responsible of who the fuck they lay down with and just have babies by. But nobody is promoting vasectomies, because what it is, bitch, conceiving a child starts with a man. It starts with a man. Like, I get so tired of the conversations of always wanting to blame women for bringing unwanted babies here, but it literally starts with the fucking man. And then y'all always coddle them. Y'all be so quick to be on the fucking defense of not holding them accountable. Well, I mean, she decided she wanted to keep it. She wouldn't have the decision if his ass did not fucking irresponsibly nut in her. It starts with the man. And I feel like we need to start having an uprise and having vasectomies for teenage boys. What is the problem with that? Why do y'all want grandbabies so fucking bad in the economy in a fucking country that quite literally prioritizes slavery, capitalism? What is the obsession? Get them boys vasectomies, bro. Get them boys some goddamn vasectomies. And if you the type of mother that's so fucking worried about your goddamn child not having kids in the future, bitch, freeze his nut. Freeze the sperm. Freeze it. Like, god fucking damn. Or, of course, adoption is still a fucking thing. Foster care is still a fucking thing. Animals still fucking exist. Like, I don't get the obsession with wanting people to have fucking babies so damn bad. So many options out there. Even IVFs or, yeah, all that type of shit. Other men out here still be having sperm banks. Like, take your ass to near sperm bank, put that shit in your woman, surrogacy, whatever the fuck. So many options out there now in big 2025. But yet y'all still obsessed with wanting men to continuously be irresponsible with their sperm and just place full blame on women.
I wanted to play that whole thing out because I thought it was important for it to be heard. And you could hear her son, because apparently she only has sons, in the background of that video. First off, nobody is saying that men shouldn't be held partially responsible for what happens. We always say men should take precautions, when men should protect themselves and women should protect themselves. We're doing a 50-50 split here. And I love how one of your things was, well, birth control will make a woman infertile. But you're okay with a man being permanently infertile. Are you kidding me? Now, I want to make it very clear. I don't want any side effects to happen to men or women. I'm not for that. I'm not like this woman. I'm not a sexist. But you're over here saying that, women will become infertile. But I don't care if men are infertile. And then you put the most atrocious stereotypes on men. You put the most, I hate using this term because I don't think it's an actual thing, the most toxic masculinity type garbage on people, on men, as to why they should be infertile. But then when you're like, oh, well, women can become infertile with birth control. Hypocrite. Full-blown hypocrite. But here's how much she hates men. Like, how much she unapologetically despises men.
And I just want to put this out here on the forefront. Just because I have boys does not fucking mean, in some sort of sense, that I'm supposed to still censor men in my life just because I bore children that are unfortunately sons. I can still hold my views on how I feel about men in general due to what I have seen, the history that I have read, the fucking victims that I have unfortunately had to counsel and help in my own defense in order to keep women from being killed from men. I can still view men as an inferior base and still understand that I got boys. The problem is that y'all continuously want to censor men in your day-to-day fucking life because for some reason, this whole level of keeping men in a superiority factor is a spiritual dynamic that y'all are not ready to fucking break. And for some reason, a lot of y'all genuinely do believe within your fucking hearts of hearts that men are the followers, they are the beings, and they are the leaders of this world. And that alone is so nonsensical and so weird to me that it almost gives insanity, honestly speaking. Because everything that is happening in this world, every piece of history that you can pick up in a book have always been the demise of a fucking man. Literally everything, every war, every fucking law, anything that literally happens in chaos literally derived from a man's idea. But yet y'all still for some reason feel the need to hold ounces of empathy and sympathy for males. And I cannot fathom it. And just reading a few comments of how I basically decenter men and how I basically help other individuals recognize that just because you have boys does not mean that you need to coddle, does not mean that you need to defend them. Because if we are basing everything on a sociology and a biological factor, men do not need defending. They don't need fucking defending. Men can hold their own. Men are literally wired to be more stronger in regards to going out there and handling their own defense. So you as a woman feeling the need to somehow still be the voice of reason for men is just stupid as fuck, because they still will base your ass as inferior to them. After you do all that screaming and defending and being on the front line of wanting to defend a fucking man, after you do all that, he will still slap the fuck out you. He will still call you a bitch, and he will still look at you as if you should be in some form of submission to him, because he is some form of king that you have plowed up in his brain into believing that he is literally superior than you.
The stupidity in all of this. First off, you're going to raise your boys into thinking that they are inferior to you and that they will be inferior to every woman, and you're going to emasculate them by giving them vasectomies early and all this garbage. If you didn't want a boy, give him up for freaking adoption, please. Please. So you're going to emasculate your boys. Secondly, another reason why this is a load of bullcrap is because don't you think we'd have more cases of men abusing their wives or abusing their girlfriends? With the logic that you have, you put in their head that they think that they're a king, so they're gonna slap the crap out of you. Where? Seriously, where? Don't you honestly think we'd hear more people complain about their husbands beating them in 2025? See more evidence of their husbands beating them or abusing them in 2025? Are you freaking kidding me? This is stupid. So there's so much wrong with that, and I had to cut that video off because she was just going on and on and on. But then here's another way she hates men and how she wants to emasculate her young boys. Take a listen.
And stop avoiding getting y'all boys shit that they ask for. Y'all be suppressing y'all kids' talents because you so goddamn scared that they gonna be gay. If your son say he wants some flat irons and a motherfucking lace frontal wig so he can practice on that bitch to do some curls and some flat iron that bitch on a 30-inch bust down, why the fuck is you scared of that? Bitch, you got a full free hairstylist in your house and you scared his ass gonna be gay just because he know how to flip a curl, bitch. Your damn son asked for a kitchen set and you scared he gonna get bent over in the kitchen some goddamn well, which you shouldn't even be thinking about, all because that baby wanna play in a kitchen set. Got a whole shelf in your house, bitch, and you thinking about gay shit. Your baby say buy a baby doll because his ass probably actually wanna be your family man in the future. And for some reason, you're equating that shit to him wanting to be gay. Stop suppressing y'all cheering talents because of your own bigotry, bitch. Open your goddamn mind a little.
It is just so ironic how she's talking about bigotry when she started off saying boys need to be having vasectomies at a young age. And then she's talking about being a family man. Maybe he wants to be a family man. How can he be a family man if he's having vasectomies? You said in your own video, why would we want boys to procreate? Why would we want them to do this? Why would we want them to do that? You said that yourself, and now you're going on about, well, what if he wants to be a family man? No, you want young boys to be emasculated. And don't hear what I'm not saying. I'm not saying it's wrong for boys to learn how to cook. I think that's a very important skill. I'm not saying it's wrong for boys to have baby dolls. I had a Cabbage Patch Kid growing up. Not saying any of that's bad, but you know full well she just wants to emasculate men. Because she can't go and talk about bigotry when she's being the biggest bigot towards men humanly possible. She just can't. She's a hypocrite in that case, in that regard. But she also has to complain about her comment section. Because, of course, she's getting justified, angry comments. And she's not liking that.
And honestly, I be deleting comments that basically say that I hate men and I dislike this, then the third, and I'm nothing but a raging feminist, which you're correct. You're correct, I do. But what I have recognized is anytime that I start talking about takes that I typically hear y'all say on women and young girls, and I just flip the narrative around and add a little bit more logic to it, y'all get pissed. Y'all get pissed. And it's just like, what for? Because y'all, it's always kikis and calculus. It's always so normal to sit back and talk about what women should do, what young girls should stop doing, who needs to hold who accountable. But when I start coming up with ideas to where we can actually break the cycle as a whole, which is starting young with the little boys, actually holding little boys accountable, actually nipping a lot of shit in the bud with little boys. Now all of a sudden you talking about I hate little boys. I'm the worst mother imaginable. I see why your boys do this and the third with you, which they don't, honestly speaking. My kids actually love me to death. My boys love me. My kids won't even fathom wanting another mother. That's just how crazy y'all takes me at times. And I have a whole man that loves me dearly, and he agrees with every last one of my points as well. Y'all have to understand that you are not the outlier when it comes down to speaking for everybody else, for men, or feeling like that you are defending men in some form, because men do not need defending. They literally fucking don't.
Okay, we're cutting this off here. I didn't hear the whole video, and that's still only part of the video. But she just said she has a man who agrees with everything she said. So let me get this straight. You keep talking about how men should not be allowed to procreate. We're overpopulated. Kids need to get vasectomies, this, that, and the third. But then you were willing to procreate with a man. You say you hate men. All this stuff. And you have a man that agrees with you that boys should get vasectomies at a young age, when they're 14. The hypocrisy and misandry is amazing. Because when people talk about young girls, we're saying that young girls shouldn't be sleeping around. They shouldn't be. The same as young boys shouldn't be sleeping around. And we're saying that if they do, they need to use protection, just like young boys need to use protection. You want to go and take a young boy's entire ability to reproduce in the future away from him, completely permanently damaging him. That angers me so much. But hey, what do you expect from a woman? And I use that term very loosely, who thinks this much of herself.
And see the problem, y'all never listened to my great sis Eartha Kitt when she was asking in an interview, would she ever compromise for a man? And my girl looked at that motherfucking camera. Compromise? Compromise for what? Compromise. Oh! Compromise for a man? Are you sick in the head? That's what she should have said. Are you sick in the head, nigga? Compromise for a man? That nigga should be compromising for me. I'm the prize, bro. I'm the prize, nigga. You bitches never listen to no real old school OGs. Cause they tell y'all right in y'all face. How do y'all listen to y'all sit up here and call all the OGs crazies? Y'all sit up here and look at them and think that they lost their mind. Y'all always overly fantasize about the life that they had when they was young. But then you question and be perplexed when they hit older ages and they've been single majority of their life. They're single, baby, because they're no longer compromising. Prioritizing men. Stop it. Listen to the elders, honey. Listen.
You do know elders can be wrong, though, right? And again, don't hear what I'm not saying. You should not center your life around men. What should happen is the man should be your whole world and you should be the man's whole world, and it's a give and take reciprocal relationship. That's how it should be. So, as much as I loved Eartha Kitt growing up, she can be wrong. You do know this. And let's just find out if she hated men. Did Eartha Kitt hate men?
Not really. Eartha Kitt was known for her fierce, independent persona, and she had some sharp things to say about men, especially in her song, I Want to Be Evil, where she played up that sultry, man-doubting vibe. But it wasn't hatred, more like frustration from her tough life. Abuse, rejection, Hollywood typecasting. She had lovers, husbands, even a son. She trusted people she loved, just didn't suffer fools. Sounds like she was just picky.
So see, you're not even understanding what Eartha Kitt even said. She wasn't saying this stuff because she hated men. She apparently went through a lot of abuse and a lot of turmoil, which caused her to think the way that she thought, which is understandable. She was very picky about who she was around because of who hurt her. But she didn't hate men. You're not coming at this from a you hate men perspective. You're coming at this from a you hate men perspective. You didn't even say that you were hurt by men. You're just coming at it from a I hate them perspective. You're coming at this from reading books that most likely give you confirmation bias. I understand why Eartha Kitt said what she said. But you saying what you said? No. You're just evil. You're just evil. But there was one more thing that she said. And then we're going to finish this video up. Because I've almost recorded for 16 minutes and I'm running out of gameplay footage. Listen to this.
I will always stand behind the fact of if you just shut the fuck up and let people talk, they will tell on themselves. I have this thing where every single friendship I've ever had, when people do me the fuck wrong, I mention that shit one time, and when they try to gaslight me into believing that the way that I'm thinking is weird or odd, I let them talk. I just like, okay.
I mean, you are telling on yourself. Your young boys, you say love you to death. Well, they're little kids. They don't know any better. They really don't. You're brainwashing them at this point. But I pray one day that they grow up and find out how evil you are as a parent and how evil your man is as a parent for even thinking that getting your young boys vasectomies is acceptable or okay in any way, shape, or form. This is not a political thing. I've seen feminists come out and say it is wrong to want your boys to get vasectomies. Why are you even thinking about a little boy's ability to reproduce or procreate like this in this way? That's some groomer behavior. You're a groomer. Your little boys don't know any better. So, of course, they're going to want nobody but you. But what you and your husband should have done, if you guys hated young boys so much, is you should have given them up for adoption. I was given up for adoption, but it wasn't out of hate, it was out of necessity. If you hated boys so much, give them up for freaking adoption. But no, you just want to abuse your children instead. And that right there is why maybe your friends looked at you weird. Because you have such insane ideals. Such utterly garbage, insane ideals that no normal person should ever think about or ever want. Your young boys deserve better parents. They don't deserve a raging feminist misandrist and a self-hating man as parents. Real parents teach their young men to love and respect young girls and protect them. You make it seem like all men do is go around and abuse women, which is clearly false. Not even a feminist would say that. Y'all are horrible parents, and I pray that those boys find a better life. And one final thing, I went to grab a screenshot of this woman. This makes me embarrassed to be from the state of Mississippi. I know there are ratchet trash people in all states, but like having someone speak like this makes me embarrassed to be from the state of Mississippi. Do better, y'all. Seriously, I hate that phrase, but sometimes we need to hear it. Do freaking better.